Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready! Ready!
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Wide, wide, wide. Get wide.
Shift, shift, shift.
Ready!
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Who needs out when you got D like this?
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Hey, they scared. They scared.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt.
Ain't going nowhere.
It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Boom, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
From the 40 now on second down. Newton trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
You crazy, boy. You crazy.
And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Two tights, two tights.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Gun.
50, Mike 50.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
You don't want it. You don't want none of that.
Give me that. Pick up the ball.
Eight.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
I got you.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh, boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Let's get
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Newton. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do. They don't want nothing.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Throwing is Palmer. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, Palmer. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
Okay, ready? Choose the mic, boys. 52.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On first, here's Washington. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go. Here we go. Boys, 10 Lobo. 56. You better be afraid of me.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Express. He's moving, boys. He's moving. Mike's 50. 50. All day, just like that. Just like that. Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50.
Newton now to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's the way you fly to the ball.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Check curls.
Get him, get him, get him. You got him.
Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh?
Tighten up.
20.
Pull it together.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50.
Off play action. Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
So after the interception, here's Palmer. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now it's Palmer. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now Palmer on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Go now. 70, Indy.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
52. Watch 52. 52.
Now Palmer escaping and the pressure gets to him again. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Here's Palmer to throw, and he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
With it is Brown. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Mike 51.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 50.
Well, I think this is a free play for Newton. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker, too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Crunch time, defense. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Pick the edge, pick the edge.
They run with Hunt. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nowhere. Absolutely
Despite the
nowhere.
blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Slam, slam, slam.
They run right side with Hunt. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. You remember me? 8. Let's go, baby.
Sponge, sponge.
No.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. It's caught, Jones. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10.
Everybody scoot up. Heavy. I got one.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm going to hit you.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
All day, baby, all day.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Great.
On 3rd down, Newton. He completes it to Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Tight down. There you go.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Ready to eat?
51, Mike, 51.
Hey, come on, no, come on.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton.
Here we go again.
Jones has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10.
Hey, tight.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
I'm coming.
Switch.
Check the backer.
New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Now Newton.
Come on out here. Come get some.
He's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
49. Check 49.
Throwing on second and long. Newton, he'll buy some time right. And John Brown's got it complete. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard.
Hey, here we go. Express.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
Watch the run. 20. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Check.
Out of the gun, Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Newton's pass, intended for Marvin Jones, incomplete. Results in a fourth down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Newton. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
Set,
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Well, now a carry here for their fullback. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Ready? 8, read. Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, Haywood.
On 2nd down, here's Palmer. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now Palmer on 3rd and long. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times. Because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Don't let him breathe. Yep. Don't let him. Ready.
Palmer now.
Don't let him breathe, defense.
And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie. Hey.
56 is the Mike. Gut. Watch the twist.
Play action. It's Palmer. And he can't get away from the pressure. Palmer sacked. J.J. Watt getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
52 right here.
Mike 52. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I can't believe they let you play.
Newton on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Gun.
Throwing on second and long. Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
You can't block me.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes.
Let's go, fellas.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. To throw is Palmer. Steps away to his left, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
I think you got it, son.
Throwing again here, Palmer. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Hey, Alpha.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, Gina.
On 3rd down, Palmer. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. And Dawson's kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, we got four. We got four down. Four down.
Ravens nothing.
Ready? 180.
I'm coming.
20.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Check your hot read.
Check 37. Check 37.
Deuce, 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 deuce.
Newton now to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Hatchet. Hatchet.
Great.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
Third and long. It's Newton. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Devin Bush in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded at the 33. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going with this lead and the football. Things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Check.
Staying on the ground in Washington. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bengals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Watch the run. 56 to Mike.
Hey,
52. Check 56.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Out of the gun, Palmer. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Let's do this.
23 yards on the play. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check. Look at me. Zip.
Palmer to throw again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Get ready. Get ready.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Go. Watch tight end. We got 4. We got 4.
8. Here we go. Mike 52.
Back to throw. Newton.
Get off the field.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Great.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Operating from the gun. Newton firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
8.
On 1st down, Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Running it, Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Akeem Talib there to stop it.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Washington. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Cuts back right. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens 7-yard line. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, But the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.